So on this note only, my next question is: it is necessary to set the boundaries and time limits on social media?
Absolutely. To be honest, I really think it's important to set certain boundaries and especially have time limits, because this is a very addictive thing. And when we talk about addiction, social media often gets left out. We just look at other kinds of addictions, but social media, I believe, should be really up there, along with a lot of other things, because this it's dangerous because you don't know you're addicted to it, but you're addicted to it. Social media is like that. You keep scrolling through social media. You do it for 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. You think it's normal, but it's not. 2-3 hours a day of social media is borderline signs of addiction, showing that you can't spend those 3 hours without it in a day, and you need that for for your day to run, which is not a good thing. And this can have a huge impact on your mental health. And so I think it's really important to set those boundaries and to set time limits. But then there's also another point to this. If you set too restrictive of a boundary, or if you set too restrictive of a time limit at all of a sudden, it's going to backfire and make you want to look at social media more and more. So it's going to make you fall deeper into that addiction further. So if you set it too restrictive, so I think we need to maintain a balance and go by certain boundaries and time limits that are by individual comfort. So there are a few ways we can do this actually. One is, the first thing I can think of is set a day in a week where you go social media free. So it can be a Sunday or a Tuesday or whatever day you're comfortable with. Pick that day and designate that day to go free from social media. No social media at all. Just enjoy the actual human interaction that we can do around, maybe friends, family, on phone calls with other close friends or video calls or whatever it is, given the current situation. But yeah, spend time with real humans, and maybe read some books, or just spend other ways to have quality time apart from social media. And this will help also broaden your horizon as to what's actually happening around you, rather than just being focused on social media all your life. The second thing I would suggest is, it's not really applicable now, but in normal times, when you go to gatherings or when you go to social events, like actual social events, social gatherings, I would suggest either turn off your phone or put it on silent mode. So that when you do that, you're not going to get any notifications from Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is when you're at a gathering, and not going to get compelled to check your phone all the time. You'll get to actually enjoy the company in the gathering. So you automatically stop thinking about your phone, stop thinking about social media if you just put it on silent, because there's nothing to bother you. In regards to setting time limits on your day-to-day use, I'd say this is extremely important, but I'd also say this has to go on individual preference. Like for some people who start off with say 2 hours of usage a day, some people start off with 1 hour of usage a day. So a person who has 2 hours of usage a day, it's going to be harder for him to set time limits than it is to the person who has only 1 hour of usage. Like see, personally, I have set usage of 20 minutes per day for social media. That's how I go about it. That's how I do things. But I feel comfortable with it because I never really liked social media all that much. So I'm okay with just 20 minutes of usage, and I don't feel like I need to use more. But that's not the case for everybody, and I understand a lot of people find it hard to start setting restrictions immediately, and it's not easy. So what I would suggest is, from day 1, reduce 10 minutes of your usage time. And then day 3, reduce another 10 minutes. Day 5, reduce another 10 minutes. Like keep this going. Every alternate day, reduce 10 minutes of your usage time. Keep going to a point where from maybe 2 hours of usage, you come down to 30 minutes of usage. And then once you reach 30 minutes of usage a day, sustain that for at least a month. And if you can sustain that 30 minutes of usage for a month, then after a month, you're not going to feel like wanting to use it for more than 30 minutes. It becomes a habit. So you're habitualizing yourself to just use social media for a set amount of time by reducing gradually and not by doing it drastically. So I think these are some good ways to set boundaries and time limits of social media usage.
The points which you mentioned are very nice. It would be like a detox from social media, a day of detox from social media. Plus, yes.
It's a good point to bring up actually, because detox it's like I said, it's very important, and it's something we all need to consider doing.
And plus, we are also saying we can also enjoy the moment we're having with my families and friends and all. So it will be a very good thing.